Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fellow educators. I'm happy to have you all here today at a Walk Through Education Global Intellectual Exchange. Today's session, please mute
Yes, ma'am.
yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Today's theme, the power of reading, building lifelong learners, developing reading habits for academic and personal growth, shows us that reading is far more than an academic activity. It is the foundation upon which knowledge is built, imagination is nurtured, character is formed, and societies are transformed. Every great invention began with an idea. Every remarkable leader was once a curious learner. Every lifelong learner begins with a willingness to read, reflect, and grow. In a world flowing or overflowing with information, reading empowers us to distinguish facts from misinformation, develop critical thinking, embrace diverse perspectives, and also become informed global citizens. It enables us to continuously learn, adapt, and innovate in an ever changing world. Today, our distinguished moderators and speakers will explore reading from different perspectives, from creating a culture of reading to developing effective reading habits, and also to embracing digital literacy, promoting global citizenship, building sustainable reading ecosystems, and ultimately transforming lives through the power of reading. As we engage in today's discussion, I encourage everyone to participate actively, ask questions where need be. Thank you once again, everyone, for joining us today. And I want to welcome Dr. David Greenfield to quickly just address us just in a normal speech. Then we move on. Now, I'll now welcome the moderators to take over. Dr. David, the floor is yours. Just give us one or two messages before we continue. Over to you, Dr. David.
Hello to everybody. And thank you, Gloria. Thank you for squeezing me in at the last minute. And one or two things, that's very difficult for me. My mind is always filled with stuff. Everything Dr. Gloria said is true about reading. It is critical to the development of the mind, to the imagination, to critical thinking. And it's up to us as teachers, as educators, to provide students of all ages with material that they can access, that they can read, no matter how that material is presented. Um, but we also have to remember that there are other things that take place. We're going to be not confronted, but we're going to meet up with students who have um, dyslexia, where reading is really, really difficult. But there are tools that can be used and methods that can be used to help them access material that will bring them into the society of learners and readers. And all we have to do is look at the number of actors and scientists who have dyslexia. I've read that Albert Einstein had dyslexia. They're great actors that have dyslexia, but they've learned to overcome it, to learn their words and learn how to get that information to become what we would consider intelligent, but they're able to gather and acquire knowledge and information. So as we go out to work with students, we have to not only address the students' needs as a general learner, but we have to see where they are and um, uh, welcome them in to the society of readers, which is all of us, so that they're not only don't feel left out, but they have access to everything. Um, Part of my soapbox is that I'm an advocate for graphic novels and comics, and there is lots of information and data showing how they're great methods for not only in not only bringing people into reading, but also educating them on all kinds of levels. And I'll finish with this. When I was working on my dissertation, I interviewed a middle school teacher in a very low income area of Los Angeles. Low income, lots of problems with crime and all the elements associated with crime. And he was also a huge fan of comic books, and he had boxes. Let's see now, big boxes filled with comics from all the comics he had as a child and continued to collect as an adult. So he brought a bunch of boxes into his class and put more boxes into the library. And he told the students that every day, the first 20 minutes, they had to read anything they wanted. And he said a majority of the students um, went to the comic book boxes, and they'd start reading series of books, and they'd read 4 or 5 books, and then suddenly the continuation wasn't there. And he said, well, the rest of the series is in the library. So he had students who had never been in a library before going into the school library and continuing to the read because they wanted to. And with that, he introduced them to the joy of reading, the joy of words, and and help them gain the skills necessary in order to read and participate. So as you go back into your classrooms, think broadly. Think about whatever materials you've got, be it an encyclopedia, be it a dictionary, be it a comic book, anything to bring people into the joy of reading because it only will benefit them. And with that, thank you very much. And I'm looking forward to hearing everybody's advice and experience as they introduce their own students into reading.
Thank you very much, Dr. David. It's always a pleasure to listen to you speak. Thank you. God bless you. And I'm going to be welcoming our moderators now to for their presentation. I'm going to start with Ambassador Oluwabumi Ohefa Anani as she speaks on reading for personal growth and global citizenship. Over to you, Dr. Anani.
Yeah. A hearty evening to our amiable CEO, Dr. Gloria Ifeyiwa Ayogu, and of course to the chairman, Dr. David Greenfield, and all the intellectuals that are on the platform this evening. A hearty evening, afternoon, morning to every one of us. Tonight, we have the singular pleasure to talk about one of the themes that are on discussion in tonight's session, which is reading for personal growth and global citizenship. Now, the year 2030 is approaching with quiet speed and, of course, inevitable changes. And this requires educators to reset and redefine their values, mindset, tools, mission, methods, professional culture, and professional practices. This reset and definition definitely requires an alignment that meets the demands and needs of the future that is unfolding gradually before our very eyes with different sets of criteria. Now, for this to happen, for this alignment to take place, there is need for growth. The growth we're talking about here is the kind that facilitates global citizenship, global participation. This growth is urgent. It is deeply personal. It is deeply intrinsic and, of course, highly intentional. This growth talks about flexibility, refinement, adjustment, mindset transformation. And what does this growth look like? This growth looks like an educator who consistently shows up in professional learning communities, such as a walk through education, with a purpose to interact, to connect, to learn, and to make use of all that is being learned at those professional community spaces in order to use them within the classroom, outside the classroom, to test them and to share the findings of this usage with colleagues in the community. This growth, personal growth we're talking about, looks like a teacher who employs restorative dialogue rather than the use of traditional flogging, cane, kneeling down that most of us are used to. And we're trying to unlearn in order for us to prepare ourselves for the world that is gradually coming upon us by 2030. This personal growth we're talking about looks like a teacher who is ready to collaborate across disciplines, across cultures, breaking down racial biases, breaking down prejudices, and the smartly stereotypes that keep people apart. This kind of growth we're talking about looks like a teacher who is poised for learning, to unlearn, and to relearn, who is prepared to take on new challenges, to take on new roles, to take on new responsibilities, regardless of the season. A teacher that is growing is a teacher that stays relevant. Now, there are many pathways to achieving this growth that leads to global participation and global citizenship. And one of the ways is through reading of books, any kind of book, literary materials, non-literary materials, intellectual and industry materials, social media posts, and so on and so forth. It is this pathway of reading that is tested and trusted and age old. It leads to the acquisition of new skills, new values, new competences, new understanding, new attitudes, a transformed mindset that enables one to be tolerant, to be empathetic, to be a communicative, to communicate effectively within circles and beyond the local landscape to global participations. So tonight, a number of speakers are going to be talking along this line of reading for personal growth and, of course, global citizenship. I want to encourage us to sit back and listen as we all together learn, unlearn, and relearn as we prepare ourselves for the year 2030 to become global participants. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Oluwabuni. Your presentation beautifully illustrated that reading does not much more does much more than improve literacy, and it broadens perspectives, nurture empathy, promotes intellectual understanding, and also prepare individuals to become responsible global citizens. So every book we read introduces us to new ideas, cultures, and possibilities that strengthens the humanity. Thank you very much for reminding us that reading connects hearts as much as it expands minds. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I'm going to move over to and Dr. Dr. Noli, Dr. Leoncio, uh, as he
Yes.
as he speaks on the topic, try to get the topic, building a culture of reading, the foundation of lifelong learning. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Gloria. Good evening, everyone. It's a privilege to be part of this global intellectual exchange. Today, I would like to share a simple but powerful idea. If we want lifelong learners, we must first build a culture of reading. Reading is much more than recognizing words on a page. It is how we discover new ideas, understand different perspectives, solve problems, and continue learning long after we leave school. Think about this for a moment. A child who reads regularly does not only gain vocabulary or improve grades, that child develops curiosity. Curiosity leads to questions. Questions leads to learning, and learning leads to growth. This is how lifelong learners are formed. But the culture of reading does not happen by accident. It begins at home, where parents read stories to their children. It grows in schools, where learners make reading enjoyable rather than a task to complete. It continues in communities that celebrate books, ideas, and meaningful conversations. In today's digital world, our children are surrounded by endless information. The challenge is not the lack of content, it's not the lack of content. Excuse me. It is helping them choose meaningful content. Reading teaches patience, focus, critical thinking, and the ability to distinguish truth from misinformation. As educators, we should not simply ask, did you finish the book? We should ask, what did you learn? What inspired you? How has this changed the way you think? So when we talk about a walk through education, it would be a walk through Ecuador. Just before we started, so we talk about Magdalena Oliari's invitation for us to visit her. It's just that we're talking about being edgy with finances. That's why it becomes edge educator, as we joked earlier. So it will be edging our own seats while talking about finances. But virtually, and how has this changed the way you think? It is how how to learn about a country's identity, culture, heritage, and a way of life that can enrich our outlook on how people look at not only on themselves, at how Magdalena also look upon us, but also to value what we can call a global intellectual exchange. In my school at St. Mark Integrated School, we believe that every child is capable, competent, and unique. We encourage reading not only for academic success, but also for character formation, creativity, empathy, and independent thinking. Allow me to end with this thought. A child who learns to love reading gains a companion for life. Books may close, classrooms may end, but the desire to learn can continue forever. Let us work together to build homes, schools, and communities where reading is valued every day. In doing so, we're not only raising better students, we are shaping thoughtful leaders, informed citizens, and lifelong learners. Mabuhay! I'm Dr. Noli Calderon from the Philippines.
Mabuhay, Dr. Nolly, for such an inspiring presentation. You have shown us that reading is not merely a school activity, but a lifelong culture that should be nurtured from childhood to sustain thoughtful life. Building a culture of reading requires intentional efforts from families, educators, communities, and policymakers. When reading becomes a daily habit rather than just a social task or occasional or school task, lifelong learning naturally follows. Thank you very much for laying such a strong foundation for today's discussion. We appreciate. God bless you. And I'm going to move over to our next our next moderator for today, Ambassador Aklimia Fahad, as she speaks on developing effective reading habits for academic excellence. Over to you.
Thank you, my dear. Good evening, respected facilitators, fellow speakers, and dear participants. First of all, humble apologies that I may not be able to turn on my video. I just recently undergone a dental, a medical procedure. So bear with my voice only. Once again, thank you. It is a privilege to be among such inspiring AWTE ambassadors another evening. I would like to share my thoughts on a habit that silently shapes academic success and lifelong learning, developing effective reading habits for academic excellence. We all aspire to achieve academic excellence, but excellence is rarely the result of last minute studying. It is built through reading smarter, reading actively, and reading consistently. As Francis Bacon wisely said, reading maketh a full man, conference a ready man, and writing an exact man. Effective reading is a skill, and like every skill, it can be developed through the right techniques. First, read with a purpose. Before opening a book, ask yourself, what am I trying to learn? Having a clear objective improves focus and comprehension. Second, use the SQ3R technique: survey, question, read, recite, and review. Scan the chapter, turn headings into questions, read actively, explain the key ideas in your own words, and review them later. The simple method significantly improves understanding and retention. Third, follow the 20 to 5 rule. Read with full concentration for 20 minutes, followed by a 5-minute break. Short, focused sessions are far more productive than hours of distracted reading. Fourth, annotate while reading. Underline key ideas, make brief notes, and summarize each section in your own words. Fifth, use the Feynman technique. If you can teach a concept in simple language, you truly understand it. If you cannot, revisit the topic. Finally, practice spaced repetition. Review your learning after 1 day, 1 week, and 1 month. This strengthens long term memory and reduces exam stress. Consider two students with equal ability. One studies only before examinations, while the other reads for just 20 minutes every day, reviews regularly, and explains concepts to a friend. By the end of the year, the difference is not intelligence, it is habit. As Dr. Abdul Kalam said, learning gives creativity. Creativity leads to thinking. Thinking provides knowledge, and knowledge makes you great. Let me conclude with this thought. Reading is not about finishing more books, it is about building a better mind. So let's make reading a daily habit. Every page we read today is an investment in the knowledge, confidence, and success we will achieve tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ambassador Aklimia, for that amazing presentation. Your discussion emphasized, sorry, your discussion emphasized that successful learners are not necessarily those who read the most, but those who read consistently and purposefully. Effective reading habits improves comprehension, academic achievements, confidence, and independent learning. Thank you very much, and I truly appreciate your presence here. Notwithstanding your health, you still made out time to join us today. We appreciate. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I'm going to move over to our next moderator, Professor Nobeto Karanga, as he speaks on reading in the digital age, opportunities and challenges. Over to you, Professor Nobeto Karanga.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. So my topic is reading in the digital age, opportunities and challenges. We are living in a time when information is more accessible than ever before. With a smartphone, tablet, or computer, we can instantly access books, research articles, news reports, and educational resources from around the world. This is one of the greatest opportunities of the digital age. Knowledge is no longer limited by geography, time, or physical access to libraries. However, while technology has made information abundant, it has also created new challenges for readers or for the end users. One of the major challenges is the information overload. Every day we are exposed to an endless stream of content, articles, videos, social media posts, advertisements, and notifications. As a result, many people spend more time scrolling than reading. We consume more information, but often with less understanding. Another challenge is the spread of misinformation and fake news, or another term is the cognitive warfare. In the digital environment, not everything we read is accurate and or trustworthy. Readers must learn to evaluate sources, verify facts, and think critically before accepting or sharing the information. Digital distractions also affect our ability to concentrate. Many online platforms are designed to capture and retain our attention. The constant cycle of notifications, likes, short videos, endless scrolling creates what many describe as the dopamine driven loop or dopamine hook or dopamine loop. Encourage us to seek immediate stimulation rather than engage in deep and reflective reading. This can weaken focus, comprehension, and critical thinking. To address these challenges, we need to adopt an approach. No, one useful framework is the OODA loop that we use in the special forces: the observe, orient, decide, and act. As digital readers, we should first observe the information presented, orient ourselves by examining its source and context, decide whether it is credible, and then act responsibly by applying or sharing it. This process helps transform us from passive consumers of information into critical and informed learners. Ultimately, the question is not whether technology is good or bad. The real question is whether we are using technology wisely. The digital age offers tremendous opportunities for learning, but it also demands greater responsibility, discipline, and critical thinking. The future will belong not to those who simply have access to information, but to those who can evaluate, understand, and use it wisely. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Thank you very much, Professor Paranga, for that excellent presentation. Today's learners have access to more information than any previous generation. However, these opportunities come with lots of challenges, such as misinformation, digital distraction, and information overload. So your presentation highlighted the importance of balancing traditional reading with digital literacy while encouraging learners to become critical consumers of information. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Thank you. And I'm going to move over to last but not the least, moderator for today. Okay, not the last. And the next moderator, Ambassador Yala Padmaja, as she speaks on creating sustainable reading ecosystem. Over to you, Ambassador Yala.
Good evening, respected Gloria ma'am, David sir, Nahi sir, and all the outstanding speakers and dignitaries and educators and participants. Reading is the gateway to knowledge, imagination, and innovation. A sustainable reading ecosystem is one in which reading becomes a lifelong habit rather than a temporary activity. Such an ecosystem is built through the combined efforts of schools, families, communities, governments, and technology. It ensures equal access to books and learning opportunities while nurturing curiosity, creativity, and critical thinking in every learner. Next, schools, the heart of a reading ecosystem. Schools play the most significant role in developing readers. They should establish well-equipped laboratories, create daily reading periods, integrate reading access across all subjects, encourage book discussions, and organize reading competitions and literary events. Next, families building reading habits at home. Parents are children's first teachers and reading role models. Reading together every day strengthens family relationships and language skills. Homes should provide a reading friendly environment with books, newspapers, and educational magazines. Parents should appreciate children's reading efforts, discuss stories with them, and limit unnecessary screen time to encourage meaningful reading habits. Next, libraries and communities. Libraries and communities are essential partners in sustaining reading cultures. Public and school libraries should be welcoming spaces for all learners. Community reading clubs and storytelling sessions and book donation drives, mobile libraries, and literacy campaigns can bring books to every child. Collaboration among schools, volunteers, and local organizations and laboratories and libraries ensures that reading opportunities extend beyond classroom walls. Next, technology, a powerful partner in reading. Digital technology has transformed the way people read and learn. E-books, digital libraries, educational applications, and audiobooks and online reading platforms make reading accessible anytime and anywhere. Next, teachers, inspiring a love for reading. So, teachers are the architects of reading, culture. They should model enthusiastic reading habits, recommend age appropriate books, conduct engaging reading activities, and innovative teaching methods such as storytelling and role play, reading circles, and project based learning make reading enjoyable and meaningful. Next, challenges and sustainable solutions. Creating sustainable reading ecosystems requires overwhelming several challenges. Limited access to books, digital inequality, lack of reading motivation, inadequate library facilities, and busy lifestyles can hinder reading habits. In conclusion, sustainable reading ecosystems flourish when schools, families, communities, libraries, and governments and technology work together with a common purpose. Every child deserves the opportunity to discover the joy of reading and power of knowledge. Let's commit ourselves to creating environments where books inspire dreams, reading becomes a lifelong companion, and learning never ends. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Yala, for that thoughtful presentation. Developing lifelong readers requires more than encouraging individuals to read, and it requires creating supportive environments where reading thrives. Schools, homes, libraries, governments, communities, and technology all have important roles to play. Your presentation emphasized that sustainable reading cultures are built through collaboration, accessibility, and shared responsibility. Thank you very much. We appreciate. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Right, I'm going to be welcoming our last but not the least moderator for today, Dr. Hussein Mogdum. Dr. Hussein, are you there? Okay, I think he sent someone that will represent him at the breakout room. So he's going to be late today. All right, so, and this brings us to the end of our moderation session, and we are going to be moving over to the breakout rooms. But before then, please, I would please that we should all turn on our cameras. Let's take our pictures. And my dear sister Nalini, Dr. Nalini, you're welcome. Please, could you help stand in for Ambassador Acclaimia because she has a surgery yeah, on her tooth. All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. So please let's turn on our cameras and take our photo shoots before we move over to the breakout room. Please turn on your cameras. We're going to be using our favorite emoji, the heart emoji. So after the count of 5, we should all click on that so that it will float in the air while we take the pictures. All right, after the count of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go, everyone. Thank you very much. Please hold on one more time. Let me take the next page. Just give me a minute to... All right, so are we ready? The next page, after the count of 5, 1, 2, oh, so sorry. My, uh, oh, please, just a second. Something opened on my, sorry about that. Okay. I'm sorry about that. Something opened on my screen. I'm trying to turn it off and it's not turning off. All right, it's off now. So after the count of 5, 1, 2, I'm on the next page, the second page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ambassador Miriam, I cite you. All right, the floor is open. The breakout room is open, sorry. Where are you, breakout room? All right, it's open now.
Good evening, everyone. After a long time, I am here.
We've missed you, Dr.
I too.
Benita.
Yeah, I do. I also miss all of you.
You're welcome back. The network, I pray network will favor us today.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Please, if you don't have a room, I'm going to send you to your room. Doctor, what's his name? Oh, yes, gone to his room. Okay. Dr. Nalini, I've already sent you to your room. Dr. Farouk, Saj, um, Dr. whose name said you're going to stand in for him. So I've already sent you to.
Yes,
Yes,
madam,
so
I'm available.
okay, so I just sent you to his room now.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome, sir. Ambassador Shita, you're welcome. Ambassador Mary, Vivian, you're welcome. You are in room. Let me send it to you. You are in room 5, Ambassador Vivian. You're welcome. Otibi Basis Isaiah. I've sent you to room 3. Saidia Orujova.
I am also not allotted the room.
Oh, I think I need to resend yours because you're already in a room. I can see you in a room here. Don't worry, I will resend it. I'll remove you from the room and resend it so that you'll be able to see it.
I'm awaiting also.
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to send it to your room now. Wait a minute. I need to check the rooms. Okay, Professor Shanu Banji, you are in room 5. Let me send it to you.
Fine. Okay, just start for me. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am. Ambassador Dorcas. Ambassador Dorcas, you are in room 2. Just sent you there now. Anna
Thank
Michael,
you, ma'am.
you're welcome. Anna Michael, I'm going to be sending you to room 1. The very humorous room. You'll have fun there. All right. So I don't know who is iPhone. I'm going to be sending you to room 3. All right. I believe we all have a room now. But if you have challenges navigating, just let me know. And Mr. Magdalena, are you having challenges joining your room? I sent you to room 1. Dr. Benita, you all have a room. I can see all of you in a room now. Is
Which
there?
room, ma'am?
Let me check. Let me check again. But I know that you are in a room. Let me check your room.
Oh,
क्या क्या चाहिए नीचे से
Dr. Benita, you are in room 4. Okay, I need to stop recording so that I need to pause it. Okay, sir, you
Okay.
can give us your feedback from your room.
Yes, ma'am. So today's discussions have reaffirmed the importance of our conference team The power of reading, building lifelong learners, developing reading habits for academic and personal growth. From balancing print and digital reading to leveraging technology, strengthening media literacy, embracing artificial intelligence responsibly, and expanding access through digital libraries. We have seen that reading remains the foundation of education, innovation, and lifelong learnings. So that concludes our discussion on our breakout session, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that feedback. We appreciate. Thank you. Okay, so we'll wait for others to join back so that they can give their own feedback before we call it today.
Okay. I'm audible.
Yes, yes, you're audible. Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you very much. So today we are going to conduct our meeting on a transforming lives through the power of reading. As I'm replacing Dr. Hasnan Makhdoom, and the introduction of our today's topic is reading is one of humanity's greatest tool for personal transformation. It opens minds, broadens perspectives, and strengthens critical thinking and inspires innovation. Through reading, individuals gain knowledge, develop empathy, improve communication skills, and prepare themselves to face life challenges. Reading transform not only individuals but also families and communities and nations. Our key discussion points for this session: reading shapes character and moral values. It promotes critical and analytical thinking. Reading bridges culture and promote global understanding. Lifelong reading begins with lifelong reading. Digital technology has expanded access to books and knowledge. Educators, parents, and policymakers share responsibilities for creating reading cultures. So, when we transform to our room, I have five speakers. Unfortunately, Mr. Nallam was unavailable. So, first speaker was today's distinguished speakers will explore different dimensions of reading from personal growth to leadership, creativity, resilience, and inspiring future generations. So, the first speaker is Dr. Muhammad Osama, who start with a very great saying and very great poetry in Hindi. So he was a passionate and a great speaker. So the topic of Mr. Asama was reading as a lifelong tool for personal and professional growth. Main idea was reading is an investment that continually increasing in value throughout life. Key points was reading develops communication and language skills. It improves emotional intelligence and empathy. Continuous reading keeps professional updated with new knowledge. Successful professionals are lifelong readers, and reading enhances confidence, creativity, and decision making. So, books expose readers to experiences beyond their own lives. So, he shares some practical examples such as doctors read medical journals, teachers study new educational strategies, as engineers follow technologies, and entrepreneur read business and leadership books. So closing message was the more we read, the more we capable we become of contributing meaningfully to the society. Another speaker, the speaker number two was Ambassador Kwati Nihai. The connection between reading, creativity, and the innovation was her topic, and she was a great speaker, and she stick to her topic very greatly. And she the main idea was innovation begins with ideas, and ideas often begin with reading. The key points: reading stimulates imagination. literature develop creative thinking. Scientific discoveries often emerge from extensive research and reading. Reading exposes us to different cultures and perspectives. Creativity thrives when knowledge from different and fields combines real life examples. Great inventors were passionate readers. Writers create new words through reading. Entrepreneurs innovate by learning from global experiences. So, the closing message of Nahai, every innovative solution begins with curious mind, and curiosity grows through reading. And the speaker number three, unfortunately, was unavailable. The speaker number four, Dr. Shailesh Parajapati, share his understanding regarding Mahatma Gandhi, who was a great writer, who was a great thinker, and he worked for the prosperity of Indians. The main idea of the reading builds mental strength and prepares individuals to overcome challenges. And Mr. Shalesh give some practical examples, and the key points of his presentation was books teach perseverance through real life stories. Reading reduces stress and improve emotional well-being. Lifelong learners adapt better to changing environment. Reading encourages self-reflection and personal growth. Every book offers lessons for overcoming adversity. So the examples from various he shares the biographies inspire resilience regarding Mahatma Gandhi. Self-development books encourage and positive habits. In educational books, people adapt to new careers. And the closing message: resilience is not inherited; it is developed through learning, reflection, and continuous reading. Speaker number five, Dr. Gloria Akpara, due to his personal issues or personal busyness, she was unavailable because she already make excuse for this. So the main idea, so the topic of Miss Dr. Gloria, inspiring the next generation to become passionate readers. The main idea of her creating lifelong readers begins during childhood, but continues throughout life. And the key points of her: parents are children's first reading role models. As you all know that schools should promote reading beyond examinations. Libraries create lifelong learning opportunities. Storytelling develops imagination and confidence. Technology can support reading through digital books and audiobooks. Reading habits develop early, often last lifetime. Practical suggestion from Dr. Gloria was daily family reading time, school reading clubs, community library programs, books discussions, and story telling competitions, digital reading platform from young learners. And the closing message: if we inspire one child to love reading today, we invest in a wiser, kinder, and more successful world tomorrow. So, distinguished speaker, honored and guests, ladies and gentlemen, the discussion of our room has demonstrated that reading is for more than an academic activity. It is a lifelong companion that empowers individuals, strengthens communities, and transforms societies. We have learned that reading promotes personal and professional growth, speakers' creativity and emotional innovations, develops effective leaders, and builds resilience and lifelong learning. Inspire futures generation to become lifelong readers. Let me close this gathering with one shared commitment to read more, encourage others to read, and create communities where learning never stops. Thank you very much for your appreciation and bearing me a lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you very much. We truly appreciate you, and that was really an amazing moderation, I must say. Congratulations to your
Thank you.
room. Thank
Thank
you.
thank
All
you.
right, so I'm going to be inviting Dr. Oluwabimi. I think I just saw her now. Okay, it's like their room hasn't closed. All right, so we that are here, we can just keep discussing while they join us. Okay, I think some rooms are still okay. Let me just pause the recording. No feedback. You are muted. You're muted.
So sorry. Apologies for that.
It's
Yes,
fine.
room four had really passionate and enthusiastic engagement. And we started with Ambassador Nahid Raza, who took us on the subtopic reading to develop empathy and emotional intelligence. In his enthusiastic character, he advocated strongly for reading. In his words, it says, reading connects us to the ideas of another soul. Reading helps us to learn patience. Biographies teach us courage and humility. Reading helps us understand our own feelings first and then the feelings of others. Then he called us to action. What is the action? Ambassador Nahid Reza says that we should build libraries in our neighborhoods and communities because reading makes us more humane, kind, and brave. So thank you very much, Ambassador Rahid Nazar, for calling us to this very necessary and urgent action. And that moves us to Professor Soraya Bano, who marshaled the topic Books as Tools for Character Development and Leadership. According to Professor Suraya, reading will not leave you the way you are, which calls attention to the transformative power of reading. The character is not built in a vacuum, but forged through experience, personal interactions within literature, strengthening our moral compass and moral backbone. She says reading is the bedrock for a strong character. And then she intertwines this premise to leadership. That leadership is not just about titles and positions. So a leader who wants to build influence and wants to shape the next generation needs to read because reading gives the leader an understanding into the human nature. Then finally, she wraps up by reminding us that reading is a mentorship pathway and a tool for self leadership towards refinement and value building. She says, don't just read to finish it, but read to change, to challenge, and to be molded. Thank you very much, Professor Suraya, for that invigorating reminder. Then Dr. Binita Prakash talked to us about reading across cultures, building global understanding. And in our words, she started with a story of two individuals across two different cultures and languages who hope for a better future. Now, through the story, she was able to establish a fact that reading makes us realize that human emotions, struggles, and desires are universal. They don't have a cultural tone, but universal tone. It that reading connects us in a number of ways as human beings. It broadens our understanding beyond limited horizons. And then she says, if you want to travel fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, please travel together, especially when a book is your company. Then finally, we have Ambassador Miriam Suleiman, who spoke to us about the need to promote and provide inclusive reading opportunities for every learner. So, at the heart of our presentation is inclusion where no child is left behind. And for us to be able to achieve a situation, this ideal where every child is carried along, is given the opportunity to learn, to build literacy. She advocated for the need of adaptation, adapting learning, adapting books to build the ability of every learner. Little wonder we have abridged versions of literary works, and these abridged versions are there so that every child will be able to gain accessibility, to the world of learning through reading. So in addition adapting learning materials to suit the ability of each learner, it gives accessibility to every learner, thereby building self-confidence. So she wraps up with a score that as educators, as policymakers, whatever capacity of influence we may be occupying in our societies, we should be discerning and observant enough to observe, to find out who is being left behind. Let us take the clue to take action in order to create an environment where every child can access learning through the book. Thank you very, very much for this opportunity, our amiable CEO, that you have given to us in room 4 to exchange these ideas to learn and share with one another. Thank you.
Congratulations to you, and that was an amazing one from room 4. I really missed, and I missed Dr. Nahid's poem. I really missed it. Thank you very much, Dr. Oluwabumi, for that. I really appreciate. Thank you for that motivation. Thank you very much. And Dr. Benita, I really missed you.
I too.
Welcome back. All right. So I'm going
Okay,
to be,
thank you so much.
you're welcome. So I'm going to be calling Dr. Nalini. Are you going to be speaking or Aklimia? Who is going to be speaking?
Uh, ma'am,
Academia herself
the-
managed and she'll be speaking.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
thank you.
All right. All right. Go ahead.
Should I please? All right. Thank you. Thank you. First of all, Dr. Gloria, I really want to pay my heartiest gratitude. And I really want to humbly confess that, I was really conscious and resilient to moderate the sessions because of my actually tooth, surgery. But to be honest, all the speakers, the wonderful, enlightened catalyst, they just made me forget my disease actually and my ongoing suffering. Trust me, I completely forgot. So the whole credit goes to you actually and to my wonderful, teammates and the soulmates and the mind mates actually. So thank you very much. And credit goes to them actually. Um, I was having five participants in my room, and one, Dr. Ishtaq Ahmad Sheikh, he presumably couldn't join. So our first wonderful speaker has been Dr. Nalini Asthana. Her core message was reading is a lifelong skill that develops critical thinking, comprehension, vocabulary, confidence, and patience when supported by purposeful teaching strategies. The core points of her enlightened talk has been reading is about constructing meaning, not just decoding words. Connect reading with learners' prior knowledge and interests. This was actually very important. She also believes that we should encourage reading with a clear purpose, promote active reading through questioning, annotation, summarizing, and reflection. She also believes build vocabulary in context, develop metacognitive thinking and self monitoring, use think aloud strategies and teacher modeling, encourage peer reading and literature circles, use differentiated materials, graphic organizers, and digital literacy, foster a strong reading culture that nurtures lifelong learning. So she actually deliberated over so many illuminating reading essence, which actually, made us fell in love with the reading. Second, Dr. Ishtiaq was not there. Then we moved to our third ambassador, Akin Movagan Dorcas Opyanka. I have already apologized to him because I'm poor with pronouncing the correct names, but he has been generous enough to let me utter the way. His core message has been independent reading flourishes when schools, teachers, and families work together to create engaging, learner centered reading experiences. His key points has been reading supports lifelong learning and personal development. It develops reading habits from early childhood. Create reading friendly classrooms. Allow students to choose books based on their interests. Teachers should model positive reading habits. Use technology to support, not replace, traditional reading. Schedule daily independent reading. Promote book clubs and reading discussions. Connect reading to real life situations. Encourage family involvement. Teach comprehension strategies. Organize literary activities and reading events. So, Professor Dorcas, he has been hinting upon in delineating the media for reading. Then we move towards another brilliant speaker of the evening, Ambassador Navneet Pandey. His message was very clear and very concise and very drumming out. Consistent daily reading, consistent daily reading, supported by effective time management and realistic goals, builds lifelong learning habits. The core points of his talk have been start with small, achievable reading goals, read at a fixed time every day, use time blocking for consistency, eliminate distractions while reading, keep books easily accessible, track reading progress, read books that genuinely interest you, pair reading with existing daily habits, follow the do not miss twice rule, prioritize consistency over perfection, shared personal experience of lifelong learning through continuous study. So he actually, made us tend towards reading. Then we had another participant, and he was Ambassador Ganesh Gatla. He was also very clear, very enlightening in his speech, and his core message has been reflection, discussion, and writing transform reading into deeper understanding, critical thinking, and lifelong learning. The key points of his talk have been reading involves thinking, reflecting, discussing, and writing. Reflection deepens understanding. Discussion develops communication and respect for diverse perspectives. Writing strengthens comprehension and expression. He also highlighted Dr. B.R.'s emphasis on cultivating the mind, referred to Francis Bacon's view on the importance of writing. He encouraged educators to inspire students to read, reflect, discuss, and write. Reading prepares future leaders. Then we had two new participants in our room. One was some journalist, but I think his mic wasn't working. But there was another active participant, and she was Ease Patience, and she herself excitedly contributed as her message was the true impact of reading initiatives come, comes from implementing them through community action and collaborative learning. And I think, Dr. Gloria, you're doing justice to that. So, and the key points of Ease Patients have been that appreciated the valuable ideas shared during the webinar, encouraged educators to apply these strategies in schools, recommended establishing reading clubs, promoted educators and mentors for young leaders, highlighted the ripple effect of inspiring one learner who inspired others, encouraged extending reading promotion beyond classrooms, emphasized creating a lasting culture of reading within communities. So, the most encouraging aspect of our meeting room has been, which I'm proudly stating, that starting from my own talk, the moderator's talk, and all the six, five speakers of my room, we all resonated. It was well knitted. You won't believe that starting from the introduction till the conclusion, each and everybody was reinforcing in one way and other ways and all the brilliant ways. So basically, we all are the staunch believers that today readers are tomorrow leaders. Once again, Dr. Gloria, thank you very much. To be very honest, doctor, my dentist has been, a failure in 3 days to make me speak that much. What my, roommates have been done. And credit goes to you, Dr. Gloria. Thank you very much. Pleasure.
Thank you very much. Oh, wow. That means a walkthrough education just solved a problem, your dental issues. Congratulations to all of us. Thank you very much. We are happy. I'm very happy that you're able to moderate your room. I really felt bad for you when you told me about the issue. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. So, and I'm going to call on Dr. Nolly to take over. You're muted, sir. Dr. Nolly, you're muted.
Yes, yes. We have an interesting discussion earlier. It's not bitter, it's better. So you have to hear it clearly. Better, not bitter. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, our first speaker is Dr. Kamal Chandra Lohani. So Dr. Lohani discussed how reading helps individuals examine ideas, compare perspectives, and form a thoughtful conclusion. He explained that strong readers do not simply accept information. They learn to question, analyze, and connect what they read to real life situations. He also showed how these habits support creativity, problem solving, and innovation. And the first part, it was the challenge when he said, "Until death, do continue to read." As if in marriage, when we got married, especially to those who got married, until death do us part. So for him, it's for reading until death do we still need to read. So hopefully not. No? You're already dead. They'll be the one continue reading. Okay, so it's quite an enjoyable discussion, especially if the moderator is kind of humorous also,
Mm.
injecting humor as well. For speaker Ambassador Shia Mahafers Maricar, Ambassador Maricar highlighted the importance of creating environments where books and readings are accessible, especially to the one most needing it, and the privilege, uh, make it enjoyable and encourage. She explained that children are more likely to read when families and teachers and community members model. This is the word she emphasized. Model positive reading habits and provide supported spaces. And not necessarily as big as the library, but something that is safe, nurturing, and supportive. She also shared that a strong reading culture becomes more effective when the homeschooling community work together. Our third speaker is none other than not our favorite, but when you mentioned this is a favorite, it's about that. Dr. Rania Lampu. Dr. Rania Lampu, she was so critical about it when she mentioned about a neuroscience perspective on how the brain develops from learning to read, being the brain has having the most complex skills the human brain can acquire. Unlike spoken language, which humans are biologically prepared to learn, reading is not innate. So the brain must build new neural pathways by completing or connecting regions that originally evolved by vision, language, memory, and attention. When she delivers, it's just like a machine gun. It continues, you're bombarded with so much information. So I have to keep up writing and trying to make up for lost time. Anyway, what she said was truly stimulating uh, at the least, and quite educational for us educators. Thank you, Dr. Rania, for that. Other than that, I almost forgot. The children are naturally curious. The reading provides countless opportunities to deepen that curiosity. She explained that stories, picture books, and thoughtful conversations encourage young learners to ask questions, and especially the word explore. She mentioned exploration several times. So explore ideas. So probably we're going to explore Ecuador. Dr. Rania, you were not here, so we're talking about Ecuador before we started the seminar, and use their imagination. She also stressed that early reading experiences can shape a child's attitude towards learning for many years. So we have two absentees, but it was covered well by our three attendees. Speaker Anna Michael from Nigeria, when her topic touches on which is better, printed or digital. So I'm just going to check my notes. S- she said that for deep reading and comprehension, printed materials often have a modest advantage. For learning facts and accessing information quickly, digital materials can be equally effective. For young children, printed books are often preferred. For accessibility, as again, digital materials. So the practical takeaway is the question is that whether print or digital is better. It is which is better for a particular purpose. So a balanced approach. So she came up and we came up with a balanced approach that combines both formats. We can have both of the best worlds in digital and printed. So we also have a speaker, Vensheti Ravikumar. He shared that lasting success often begins with simple and consistent habits. That is in reading. He also affirmed Dr. Lohani and encourages learners to make reading part of daily routine, showing that small efforts practiced regularly can lead to meaningful growth over time. And we have also our last contestant, as if this is a competition or contest. We have Professor David. It's just that it seems so common that his surname is iPhone. So I don't know. It's so common that you have an iPhone and it happens to be Professor David's surname. David iPhone. So Professor iPhone. So you have to change your surname instead of having it iPhone. So, so I'm going to check. So here I am uh, uh, inducing dopamine as suggested by Professor Norberto earlier. So Professor David mentioned about using mother language as a starting point for learning nuances, especially with the environment they came from which family, culture, learning, before learning a second language, which could be English. Which could be English, being a universal language. So my question is that here is he has continued reading for 5 decades, but it doesn't add up the math when he looks like 40s in his 40s. So I beg to disagree when Professor David mentioned 5 decades when he looks like 40 from my for my opinion only. So that's about it. So when we talk about reading, so collectively, so the reading is not only an academic skill, but also the foundation of lifelong learning. So that ties up our group, and then explaining that children develop a strong reading culture, become more curious, reflective, and confident in understanding the world around them. So you also highlight the speakers also highlight the shared responsibility of families, schools, and communities in making reading a meaningful and regular part of everyday life. Thank you from Group 1. I'm Dr. Noel Calderon, your moderator.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dr. Nolly. I can imagine the humor in that room.
Yes. Even the one asleep, they're laughing in their sleep.
I want, honestly, I can imagine. Congratulations to room one. I know that you really had fun. I missed that fun, but at least I've taken part of it now. Thank you very much for that wonderful moderation. We appreciate. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So we're going to move over to Ambassador Yala. Over to you, Ambassador Yala, for your feedback.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
In my room number 5, there are 6 speakers in our room. The first one is Ambassador Joseph E. Simba. He emphasized that school libraries are much more than places to store books. They are centers of inspiration, creativity, and lifelong learning. It helps create critical thinking. He reminded us that access to quality reading resources empowers students to think critically, learn independently, and develop a lasting love for reading. His message has reinforced the importance of investing in vibrant school libraries. He said that school libraries provide device resources. And he was speaking, school libraries are more than places to borrow books. They are learning centers that empower students to become independent readers and critical thinkers. Next, our second speaker is Professor Dr. Ambassador Shainul Banji. A topic is leadership's role in promoting reading culture. She clearly demonstrated that strong leadership is the driving force behind a successful reading culture. Her presentation highlighted that when leaders model reading habits, encourage collaboration, and create supportive environments, reading becomes an integral part of school life. She was speaking on one modeling the behavior, second one is resource allocation, third one is build community initiatives, and fourth one is policy and curriculum. And her vision motivates us to lead by examples and inspire future generations of readers. Thank you, Professor, for your inspiring speech. Next, our next speaker is Ambassador Vivian Aya. Her topic is partnerships that encourage reading. She reminded us that building a reading culture is a shared responsibility. She emphasized on partnerships among schools, families, libraries, and communities, showed how collective for every child to become a reading for collaboration, sharing ideas, and storytelling and competitions. Her message encourages us to strengthen community engagement in promoting literacy. Thank you, ma'am, for your insightful presentation. Next, our fourth speaker is Gayatri Mishra. Her topic is parents as partners in developing reading habits. She beautifully explained that parents are a child's first and most influential teachers. She highlighted how encouragement and collaboration with schools can nurture confident, enthusiastic, and lifelong readers. Her message reminds us that literacy begins within the family. Great leaders need to gain knowledge and also understand human behavior and learn from the successful and failures of others. Books on leadership and personal development. Thank you, ma'am, for your insightful presentation. Next, our fifth speaker is Dr. Alex Fernandez Cando. His topic is designing reading programs that inspire continuous learning. His innovative ideas on designing engaging and inclusive reading programs have inspired us to rethink how we motivate learners. He was speaking reading should be a lifelong habit. Every learner movement, reflection, reduce cognitive overwhelm. After reading, students apply what they have learned by solving authentic problems and creating meaningful products. And his presentation has provided valuable guidance for educators committed to developing lifelong leaders. Thank you, Dr. Alex Fernandez Cando, for your excellent presentation. And our last speaker is Nallam Achyuta Ramachandramurthy, and his topic is so, transforming lives. He was talking that transforming lives through the powerful reading, and transforming lives through the powerful reading for leadership, better decision making, and lasting success. And he was also talking build leadership, make better decisions, and achieve greater success. And finally, I conclude all of our speakers are very excellent, and very they gave their insightful thoughts. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity. And this is the first time as I act as a moderator. Thank you for your creating me as a moderator. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Yala. That was really an awesome one. Thank you very much. You really did well. And congratulations to Room 5, and congratulations to the moderator as well. Thank you all to all the moderators and all the speakers
Thank you,
and
ma'am.
every participant that joined us today. As we come to the end of today's intellectual exchange, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our exceptional moderators, speakers, participants, and our dedicated organizing team, because we have an amazing one. Today's discussion has reaffirmed one important truth. Reading is not simply about completing books, it's about transforming lives. We have learned that building a culture of reading begins at home and continues in our schools and communities. We explore practical ways of developing effective reading habits, examined the opportunities and challenges presented by the digital age, discovered how reading shapes compassionate global citizens, recognized the importance of sustainable reading ecosystems, and also reflected on the life-changing impact that reading has in an individual and society. Let us not all let us not allow today's conversation to end with this meeting. Instead, it is let us become the beginning. Let it become the beginning of renewed commitment. Let us encourage one child to read. Let us establish one reading club, recommend one meaningful book. Let's become role models by making reading a visible part of our own daily lives. By reading, the children like doing what they see. So as educators, we do not merely teach children to read, we empower them to read so they can learn, think, create, innovate, and lead throughout their lives. On behalf of a Walk Through Education, I want to thank you for investing your time, expertise, and passion in today's meaningful dialogue. May we continue to inspire learners, empower educators, and transform communities. One book, one reader, and one conversation at a time. Thank you all for your participation. Stay safe, keep reading, keep learning, and we look forward to welcoming you into our next intellectual exchange next Saturday. Thank you and have a wonderful day, and have a good night rest to those that are
I
in
I
their night.
I just want to one thing. Why you have changed the schedule?
What?
Why you have changed the schedule of the
Okay, we changed the schedule because
only one? We made only once in a week.
it's actually not once in a week. We are going to be having sessions. We're going to be having talk shows within the week, which is going to we are going to start that next week. But our intellectual exchange is just going to be on Saturdays. Then our talk shows in within the week. And this is
Oh,
just due to popular demand. I didn't just make the decision. It was decisions from everybody. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. I hope you're okay with that. I think this is weekend, so we can just relax with our intellectual exchange. Yes. All right. This brings us to the end of today's session. If you have any question or any recommendation, just quickly, let's quickly do that. Just 1 minute before we call it a day. But in the meantime, please turn on your cameras. Let's take our last photo shoot for today. Turn on your cameras.
Pizza will be nice.
Yes. All right.
Dr. Rania will take care of the pizza.
Yes, please. We need the pizza. So who is volunteering for the coffee? Someone should volunteer for a coffee.
Kamal, I think, Dr. Kamal.
Dr. Kamal, we need coffee. Dr. Kamal, we need coffee. Yeah, Dr. Nalini has supplied coffee. So cheers to that. All right, after the count of five, I think we should look for a cup of coffee here. I think we can find one. Let's see. We're going to cheers with a cup of coffee.
It's not coffee time in India, ma'am.
All right, let's go. Let's go. After the count of two now. One, two. Let's go, everybody. All right. Have a good night rest and see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
How are you?
Everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
See you soon.
Good night. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Haya, kwaheri.
Quietly. Quietly.